Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's 5 o'clock where I'm at. I'm sitting here, man. I tell you, I just start getting all dizzy. I mean, it's really warm today. I just got home a little bit ago, got my lounging around clothes on, and got to, I got three fans on. One in my office, blowing out this way, and if I go in there, I can still feel the uh, fan in there. I got one right here, and I got one in my bedroom. I'm tired. Last night was one of them where I was up. It felt like I was up 20 times last night to go to the bathroom. But it's all right. I'm still trudging through. But I wanted to, something come into my mind I wanted to talk to you all about. And I don't know. I don't believe that there's that many people that finish all the way through to in my videos and such, but um, that's up to y'all. But I been doing videos about how people are renting and the cost of rent uh, and how high priced the prices are out there and different things. And yes, rent is awfully high. Heavens, I rented a house for 180 at one time. Now, if that was 2002, no, it was 2000, and $180 a month. I've rented a little shack for $10 a month. Had running water and electric, and coal stove. Had an outside toilet. So that was $10 a month. But I'm seeing the prices out there that these landlords are charging for their places, and so I'm going to play devil's advocate here because, in my opinion, a lot of the landlords that their prices are so high, I feel they are justified for charging a higher price, and I'll tell you why. In my experience here on this earth, and I've watched different people when they've rented and they've, in fact, my first husband was one of these kind of people. He got mad tonight. Of course, we were only in a motel room, but he got mad at the landlord for whatever reason I can't remember. And we moved out. He ruined the beds. He just doused them with water. Now, why? Why would you want to do that? And the owner of the owner of that motel naturally had to go in and do a lot of work to make that room rentable again. I've watched people go into these houses, and it don't matter. They'll pay. They'll pay $6,000 to get in these places first, last, and deposit. And when they have to leave, a lot of them leave that place a horrible mess. I mean, horrible mess. First of all, they didn't keep it clean to begin with while they were living there. Was not ashamed to punch holes in the walls, was not ashamed to leave the commode and the bathtub filthy. And then when they had to leave, they just left everything. Their furniture, their clothes, well, they just got up and left because more than likely they didn't have no place to go to, so they couldn't take their stuff with them. But they just left it. Guess who has to clean that stuff up? The landlord has to pay somebody to come in and clean it all out. If they've made a mess all over the carpets or floors or whatever, they have to pay somebody to come in and clean that all up. If they put holes in the walls, they have to pay somebody to come clean that up, and it's an endless cycle. But I do know that a lot of landlords they're probably supposed to have uh, owners insurance and stuff, but there's just some things that insurances don't cover, and I don't know what all that is. But Pepper Princess, and I know I've mentioned her a few times, she had bought this house in Arizona, and she lived there a while, and she fixed it all up. She left the furniture, moved to California, got a place there, and rented this place out in Arizona. Well, she had a broker that, a manager that managed the place for her and rented it out for her. And I think she charged $1,500 a month, but it included cable and included all the furniture. So nobody told Pepper Princess anything. And then finally one day, I don't know how long after she rented it, she had to take a trip back over there, and the people that were living in there destroyed her home inside, burned it, tore the doors off, different things like that. And I'm sure she had insurance on it, but still, and out of all that insurance, she still had to uh, add money to it to uh, go in and remodel the whole thing. That costs money, you guys, to remodel, so that they can rent it out again and or sell it. Well, in her case, she remodeled it and she sold it because she wasn't going to deal with renters anymore. I had one of them old time little trailers. It probably wasn't any more than, I don't know, 20 feet long, 8 feet wide. And I rented it to a family friend, her and her husband. Oh my God. They tore it up inside. And then they took a trip, didn't tell anybody they were going, left a dog in there, and left a couple rabbits in there. Dead of summertime, hot, and them little trailers like that, all they had on in there was a fan. The fan was knocked over. They'd already been gone 2 days. Didn't tell anybody where they were at or anything like that. Now, I'm not saying they didn't feed the animals. They just threw the food on the floor. The rabbits were in a cage, as far as I can remember. So I didn't have no key. They had a padlock shut. Well, they didn't know me very well. I said, oh, hell no. You're not going to leave a dog in there, and you're not going to leave them little creatures in there like that. The heat pouring down on them. No water. No. I took a hammer and I broke that lock off of there. Took the dog out, brought it in the house where it could get cooled off, get watered, and I let the rabbits go out in the field. And of course, and then when they did come back, they raised all kinds of hell. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't do that. You don't do that. So, but those are the kind of things landlords deal with. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't landlords out there that use the system out there to way overcharge, because there's no reason why some of these places should be charged $750 a month when they're probably only worth $450 a month. But that's still beside the point. I'm playing devil's advocate here. Just because you got a house that's $450 a month and you can pay the rent, and or you can't pay the rent and they have to evict you, there is no reason in all of this world to leave that place a dump. Filth all over the place, holes in the walls. Why do tenants do that kind of stuff? I do not know. Some of them do it because they're angry at the landlord, because they're getting evicted, because they're not the ones that are holding up their deal. So landlords have got sick and tired of it, and they charge outrageous prices according to what they used to. But they have to. I mean, if I have to fork out $5,000 to remodel and clean after somebody left it a mess like that, then I have no choice but to raise the rent for the next person. And I know that's not fair to the people that would take care of the place, but y'all gotta understand that that's how that goes. It's the renters that have caused the price of rent to go up, because landlords have no other choice. First of all, if you're going to be a landlord, you have to register in your city, in your state, that you're a landlord. There's fees and stuff you have to pay. There's insurance you have to buy. And so when somebody comes in, and even though you do a background check, just because they do a background check don't mean that they're going to get wonderful people in there, because everybody don't show up on the radar that what's inside them, how they keep house, how they get angry and going to break holes in the walls and stuff like that. So yes, I do believe for the most part that most landlords are justified in charging such high rental rates. And then, of course, and there's another portion of them that don't really charge really high prices. But then there's the other ones that gouge you. They pay that high prices because they believe their place is worth that that price. The going rate is what they say out there. So all you landlords out there, most of you are justified in paying and charging the big high rates that you charge for your places. But maybe y'all could talk to the other landlords that price gouge everybody. I don't know. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I mean, I wouldn't had it not happened to me, but that's what happens for landlords. Most of them, anyway. People just walk away, leave their place a total mess, burn one of the rooms down, and put. You can't. I mean, if you've only seen some of the things I've seen, people will get a tin can or whatever, and build a fire in that tin can in the middle of their living room. Stay warm? I don't know. You explain it to me. But anyway, yes, you if you want to know why the prices are so high, for the most part, to rent a place, then you can blame it on other renters that left in their place a total wreck, a disaster, tore it up, and the landlord had to pay a lot of money to get it all cleaned up again and to remodel it. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right. Either way, it's going to happen. So you have a great day. Do some research on what happens with landlords' places, and you'll see what I mean. Talk to you later. I don't know why that won't shut down.